Something I've never seen before in the middle of a future dove field here, but we'll get more into that here in a minute. But this is our first little off-season episode. We're going to go into a few of our little tips and tactics, I guess, on what we do on putting out trail cameras and mineral feed sites to try to get inventory for this fall. But we're about to hit the ground running, and we'll get back to this little fine specimen here later in the episode. But right now, we're off to some mineral sites. Didn't kill him either. Uh-oh.
Got him. He gone now.
At least got one liver. All right, we're going to location number 1. We got a hodgepodge of stuff. Kind of do a little walkthrough of what we typically do this time of year. Is everything about deer hunting, I feel like, is hubbed around location, and we'll dive off in this hole and kind of talk about why. We picked this spot years ago. It's very well established right now. Probably one of the biggest mineral licks I've ever seen, but it all starts somewhere, and today is our start for the 24 prep. This is one of our pretty cool little spots. You can see this is a absolutely massive mineral site, and it's gotten way bigger than what we established. And you know, it's easy to say now, but like, well, man, golly, I wish our stuff looked like that. But it always got to start somewhere. When we started this thing, it's just a little. We'll show you some more spots we got and kind of how we get them going to get them started. But we started just like we do all the others, just a little spot about half the size of the hood of your truck, turning up dirt and mixing in this big time mineral, and they've just kind of took it and run with it here. And we got a camera on it, got a good deer, just showed up the other day, and it's pretty neat. This deer, we're calling him highbrow right now. We hadn't really named him because I guess everybody's got to name a deer, but he showed up literally 4 nights ago, I think, and pretty sure this is a deer that we have not had pictures of since 2021. When he was a baby, he had really good brow tines. He was like a big 7-pointer, but you can already see now, here we are, middle of June, his brows are already this tall. So really excited to let that be one of our deer we're gonna watch, see what he does. But another pretty neat question is, we got a gravity feeder here. We feed all summer long in Tennessee, which obviously, back to the mineral thing, is one reason it's good for the deer and the nutrients, but another reason we do mineral on around where we're hunting so much is because in Tennessee you can't hunt over mineral. You can't over a feeder, which this will be dried up. We'll have plenty of time to let that dry up before season comes in, so we feed them pretty heavy starting in January between Daryl and myself. Keep this gravity feeder full, run it all the way through the summer, all the way up till bow season starts. But a lot of people say, man, how in the world, you know, we got this big talent. This is that nitro blend. This is the cherry. This one in particular here is the cherry flavored, which the deer absolutely love. And the brand new this year is pear flavored stuff, but which is really my favorite. Is why I'm kind of saving this bag. We got a couple bags of this, saving this for another spot we're going to. But instead of just feeding this stuff, like, man, you'll break the bank if you fill a whole gravity feeder up or trough feeder up with it. So what we do is we always just mix it with corn. Went and stopped at the little local co-op, bought some corn, so we just kind of cut it 50-50, mix it up. But this stuff's it's good for the deer, but also it's got a really, really deep smell. And mark my word, there'll be deer here on that camera within an hour when we leave here. Again, obviously it's still summer and can't hunt over it, but it's always good to keep the deer here because it pays off. We got a deer that we have not seen in 3 years, and he just showed up. So we're going to hit a lick. You can see with this mineral, like I said, this is a very, very well established mineral site. And the deer, you can see the deer, turkeys, it's dang near turning into like an African water hole, but we'll see where it all starts. But excited about old highbrow here. We'll see what he turns into. Talked about earlier about location. Everything's about location, really, when it comes to hunting, period, but especially deer hunting. And this is a pretty neat spot. We got a big river right here that's probably maybe 80 yards, a huge bluff that goes up right here, and a little opening right here. So these deer, it's kind of a natural pinch point to these deer when they're going up, and there's big ag fields up top, so they're going up there at nights to feed. And you catch them in here early in the mornings, hopefully in the evenings before they do go up. But Also, I mean, it's 95 degrees right now in Tennessee, and just being removed under this canopy is as cool as it is. It feels 10, 15 degrees cooler. So, I mean, as basic and kind of elementary as it sounds, that's kind of how we go about finding our spots to start our minerals and start feeding and checking inventory to try to find out where deer are going to be, where they're going to show up. It's just, I mean, deer aren't that crazy different from humans. You want to get out of the sun. You want an easy travel corridor to get to and from where you're going to eat. So, I mean, kind of like a front row parking at the buffet. Like if you see the spot at the front, most people are going to take that spot and go eat there. So, like I said, this mineral absolutely is insane, but this is one of our top creme de la creme spots here. Old licking station. Highway, look at this. That spot again, we're a few miles from where we were talking about earlier, but the edge of this big river right here. It's all location. Whether it's, obviously we're toting in a bag of corn, but these deer are just absolutely annihilating. We got a mineral up here we just started. I just started it last week. I was up here by myself, and Daryl doused it up some last year, and then I came and freshened it up, but they've been digging it, eating it pretty good. But these deer just pinched right down in this river right here. Really kind of like the Indians. I mean, they run, it's a river system, they run it, and this is the real big thick stuff here. You can see it's just pathogens resistant, so natural, it's a good spot for a stand. And there's been good success here. Big Ethan broke the Tennessee ice last year. It killed one of the muzzleloader, but he was about 15 steps.
Just made it in the tree. Got everything settled. Got the primer in the muzzleloader. The CVA is ready to bark. The river's flowing. Birds are chirping. These turkeys that roosted over here last night are about to fly down. We'll see. I jumped one deer on the paved road on the bike. It was right on the edge of the road. I don't know if it was coming into here or going across, but it wasn't far from here. It didn't run too fast. It just ran up the hill a little bit and stopped. I kept driving. So this place is a supreme pinch point funnel. And this time of year, the deer really should be funneling through here, going from bedding area to bedding area. It's really their only way to get there. So a lot more pictures have been morning time than afternoon. I think like 2 mornings ago, the big shooter was in here, the big funky deer. He was 5 yards in front of the stand at 7:40 in the morning. It's a little chilly, but a little warm too for this time of year. So I don't know what the deer are gonna do. We'll see. Beautiful sunrise already. Hopefully I got one shot here in just a minute. That might be my biggest buck. Holy cow. Oh, the adrenaline's setting in. I was in too much shock to even get excited. I look up and that joker is 30 yards coming right to me. Somehow, I got the cameras on. Yeah, cameras on. Somehow I got the cameras on. Shot him at like 5 yards. I should have aimed higher, but I thought it would shoot higher. Hit right while I was aiming low. And I knew I hit him low, and I was kind of worried about it. I knew I got him in the chest, but he ran, and I watched him bed down there. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, Phillip. Holy cow, Daryl, you are the man. He takes care of me, lets me stay at his house when I'm here. He hung this stand. I've hunted it 3 times. Had a monster 8 at 50 yards the first time. Didn't see nothing yesterday evening and just shot him at 8:45. Ooh, let's go. Oh, let's go. There's some old deer. Holy cow. What a brute. Oh, his eye's been knocked out. Holy cow. Look at the mass on that joker. Look at this joker right here. Oh my goodness. Just an old bruiser.
We call this Ethan's Primal. But this is another cool spot too, because I mean, it would be, we're down from some big ag fields, so I mean, right now we're prepping for deer season, but specifically right now is that Tennessee's got a 3-day velvet season. At the end of August, we're getting ready for taking inventory. You know, what we can hopefully sling air at, but this will be a heck of a spot to where typically that early in the year you don't want to hunt mornings because you do more harm than good going in around these big food sources. But we're probably half a mile from the closest ag field, but these deer, I mean, as you can see, they're wearing this ridge out. They're coming off these big corn, soybean fields, to where this may be a good spot we can get up in here and hunt in August. But we know they're here. We already got a potential shooter on camera. We're just freshening it up. Pretty much this will be I guess the how-to on putting in a brand new mineral site, because this is virgin territory to us. But you get we'll put some feed on it too, but obviously being able to hunt over mineral, the first thing you want to do, not knowing what's going to show up, is look for stand options if it does take off and do good. But there's plenty of, all this from here out has been select cut, so there's plenty of trees, ladder stand, saddle, lock on, whatever you want to do. And obviously this brush here, if you had to get a ground blind, you could, but I feel like these deer are probably going to run this edge pretty heavy, this new road cut in here, because they normally typically bedded up on this knob here with all these cedars. Better with a better shovel sometimes. Good Lord, that's hard. The whole goal is, rather than do like a deep hole, let the deer dig it out, just ditch you a pretty good surface area, break it up, and not necessarily even digging a hole, just loosening the dirt up about the top 2 inches, 2 or 3 inches, and then mixing in your mineral. And you can get all kind of mineral. I mean, you can get mineral from the co-op, just some trace mineral mixed with garlic. Just want to break it up good. Like I said, you just want to get a pretty good surface area broke, and just mix it up. I mean, obviously, a lot of people see where you got big holes and big pits dug down there. That's the deer actually doing it. Instead of, when they really get on it, man, they'll just demolish it. Icing on the cake there, but that's pretty much, I mean, like I said, as elementary as it may sound, that's how we've always done the mineral licks. And we've got some, I don't know if we can get to them or not. Try to show them here, put some B-roll over it, but we got some that are literally as big as the hood of your truck, that starting just like this. And you know, that's never, I don't think it's ever a bad time to go ahead and get one started, but traditionally early in the year or early in the summers, whenever the deer, they're gonna hit them the most, and when they really need the nutrients the most. But it's crazy, it'll be a perennial thing. They'll be keep hitting it. come douse it up, put some mineral in there. Like I said, you can get a variety of, I mean, Big Time makes it, but then also them is block too. It'll help kind of every time it rains, just soaking in that dirt. But they literally will be here eating dirt. But we'll see if something shows up. It'd be neat. Be neat to kill one here. We ain't never had a stand here. Ain't never even been able to get in here. I promised everybody at the beginning of the episode that we were going to have an ending to figure out what in the heck was going on and how we open this thing up. I'm going to let the man on the plan go ahead and just, I mean, I don't know if witty's the word. I knew you could like come back with some quick responses, but like this takes the cake.
I think
I'm coming up with something like, how do I get the deer off my stuff?
I'm kind of proud of this one. So a week ago, I was over here and there's a little patch of sunflowers planted right behind Tyler's house for Hannah because she wanted to watch them grow, take pictures in them, and they were doing great. And so I come over here a week ago and there was a quarter of the field was gone. And I was like, dang, the deer done found these right here behind their house. So I was headed to Franklin to check Lee's field.
What was it? Were you headed to Franklin? There was like a mattress thing on sale?
No, dude, this is Tennessee. It was a Dollar General, a new Dollar General that just opened.
Really?
And they had a out front, and I was like, Amazon. I pulled over on the side of the road, got on Amazon, and I was like, click, ordered. And so I told Tyler, I was like, hey, I've got this thing ordered. I'm gonna think it'll help. When he come home and seen it, it was like I had given him the grandest present in the world. He loved it.
Yeah, but it ain't predictable.
I know.
You can sit here and watch him for a minute, and then he just does this crazy stuff.
Because over the years in this field right here, I have fenced it. You remember that?
Oh, I know. Yeah.
I have put
we got so frustrated with this. Everybody, this is what we call the dove field at Tyler's house. We went for a whole few years and didn't even plant a dove field.
3 years.
It was so frustrating. So this is our resolution to the deer eating our sunflowers. So
and he's waving at everybody. I still think he'd be better orange than white, but
we've gone from this episode of trying to figure out every way we can to talk about attracting deer, location, timing, attractants, minerals, feeding, everything you can, and then we're going to end it with how we're going to try to run deer off.
It's such a love-hate relationship.
It is. No, it is.
I mean,
look at it.
600-700 yards away, we just talked about trying to plant food plots and get deer there, and then here we're trying to keep them away. It's such a love-hate relationship.
The old spirit fingers.
I like him though. I'm kind of proud of him.
Wonder if he'll sit still for a selfie.
Hey.
Old spirit finger.
Spirit.
What's that movie? Spirit Fingers? Orange and white, Tennessee colors. Tyler said Tennessee couldn't defend nobody, so why would you have him try to run deer off?
Plus, I was afraid he might fire me. So.
Yeah.